Hello, I'm Neely Bruce. I have written a new piece for string orchestra, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. Jim Sinclair and I have a project to do an urtext edition of all of the Ives songs. And we were talking about other things, including this Orchestra New England. And he said, Neely, do you have a piece for string orchestra? And I said, no, but I can write you one. I've always wanted to write a piece for string orchestra. So I wrote a piece called Ode for String Orchestra. I have 6 grandchildren, but 2 of them are, we'll call the Brown girls, Natalie and Kira Brown. They live in New Milford. Kira is a cellist. I told them about my new orchestra piece, and they said, what is the title? And I said, Ode for String Orchestra. And they said that is the lamest thing they'd ever heard, that they had to have a new title for it. So they insisted on hearing it, and I played it for them in the machine, in the computer, and they said, this sounds very nautical. And then Natalie said, it sounds like Odysseus. And then she said, The Trials of Odysseus. That should be the title. Well, the whole family had various titles, but Natalie's was by acclamation the best one. So the piece is called The Trials of Odysseus. Thank you very much, Natalie, for your excellent title. I wish the piece is as good as the title is. You can judge that for yourself. 2 years ago was the 250th anniversary of the birth of Beethoven, and there were lots of Beethoven events everywhere, and I celebrated by going through the Beethoven sonatas, among other things. And I made a little catalog of unusual sonorities that sounded very cool and sort of modern sounding if you took them in isolation. And one of them is the juxtaposition of a minor chord and a major chord like this. And I thought, well, that'll sound really good for string orchestra. And that is, in fact, the genesis of this piece, is that chord is sounded and then it has ramifications and more ramifications and it comes back and so on. One of the things that you could think of that this is an extended single movement sonata allegro form, but that is like the title Ode, a very boring way of thinking about it. Much more exciting to think of the waves of the sea, to think of sorceresses detaining you, thinking of action, thinking of shipwrecks piling up on the rocks, big chords crashing around, and so on and so forth. So when you hear this piece, use your imagination. Let it take you on your own voyage with Odysseus.